Yes, I see him now. Alex Jones, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, sir? Can we hear you?
I am here, and I apologize. You know how those days goes. Everything's like 5 minutes behind, so it becomes 20 minutes behind. So I really appreciate you having me on the show, and thank you for coming on mine.
Alex.
And all the folks at Compound Media, so I'm sorry I'm late.
It's all good, Alex. We were just discussing the perversion that goes on in Hollywood. It's something you could talk about 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are insane over there. Every day another story of insane perversion comes out of Hollywood.
I never saw Charlie Sheen do anything perverted, which I only say at his house probably 10 times. But one time he does go, "You want to watch Brokeback Mountain?" And I said, "No, I don't." That's a true story.
That's, considering where he ended up in life, maybe he enjoyed it for a few reasons other people didn't.
Yeah, no, that's a true story. I mean, my big thing is he always wanted me to come out to his house when he was trying to be sober. But sober for him was like drinking 10 cups of coffee an hour. And, it's so, but I mean, I never saw the stuff people saw.
Yeah.
But at other Hollywood places I saw enough stuff to say, I don't like this place.
Yeah, it really is. And then the fact that if they kept their heads in the sand and wanted to do whatever they do and just kept their mouths quiet like some kind of cult, which they are, it would be one thing. But then they come out and try to tell us all how to live. They all come out now and discuss how great they are and how we should be leading our lives. Get the fuck out of here. By the way, we're
right.
not on regular radio, so you can curse.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Take the Hollywood cult. They're bad enough and powerful, but San Francisco, as WikiLeaks pointed out, is the new imperial thought police or the new culture police who are just extorting themselves and dominating everything and trying to censor the web and then using InfoWars. I mean, I'd love to say I'm that important, but they're really using me as the case point example, lying about what I've said, all these edited tapes, to then build this thing to deplatform. They're taking us off LinkedIn, WebChimp, just hundreds of platforms, and then they got this Democrat senator. I have a shot of this. We can show this to TV viewers.
Yeah.
And secret documents that are now public in Congress. Chris Murphy says we're going to ban all conservatives, including Fox News. Quote, because the survival of our democracy depends on it. I mean, this is the biggest indictment, a total admission that we're flaming anti-American, anti-free speech scumbags. We're losing. We're pissed we're losing. We're funded by communist China. Here's another one reason. Senate Democrats are circulating plans for government takeover of the internet. That's reason. I mean, these are real documents. This is crazy town, ladies and gentlemen. This is and so they want to use me as the smoke screen while they're having, because I want to say I'm big, but I'm not that big. I don't deserve the amount of propaganda you use to invade a country. I mean, it's like thousands of articles a day, every TV channel, never showing what I said or all these quick edits.
Right.
And it's insane. And they are saying, we are going to ban all libertarians or conservatives or pro-Trump people. We're going to deplatform you. So it didn't work, all the censorship, all the nudging people. So now, Anthony Cumia and crew, they are coming after everything. So what do you say we do? Because I mean, I'm sitting here like in the bunker, like what are we supposed to do? Because this is crazy.
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry to say I'm a little baffled at this whole thing because I don't have an answer to it. I've been confronting people constantly on social media about your situation, which is ground zero of censorship at this point right now. And I try to confront people, and they always come up with the same thing. Well, a private company can do whatever they want. If they don't like what he's saying, they could throw him off. And
so they want to fly on American Airlines, I can't fly, or I want somebody to bake a cake. No, it's BS.
Right. It is. It absolutely is. What if, like, okay, so then I bring up, like, the phone company, but this is regulated. Now, I can't have a conversation with someone on the phone, and if I can't say things and speak openly and speak hate speech to my friend on a phone.
Exactly. If you want to say on the phone that I want to have sex with leprechauns or unicorns, it doesn't matter. It's not real. Someone doesn't break in and say, sorry, that's hate speech. But if I wanted to send a Taiwanese emoji a few weeks ago, China was blocking it because here's the deal. Apple and Google admit now they've moved to China, and the Democrats are allied with China, and they were always concerned about this. So that's why they created the red herring that we've got Trump involved with the Russians because the Russians can't even get their act together to wipe their ass with both hands. I'm not going to put the Russians down, but literally half their stoplights don't work. They're collapsing. But the Chinese have got their fucking shit together. They own most our debt. They control Hollywood. They're admittedly even in the Wall Street Journal saying they run everything. They're the ones involved keeping Michael Savage's book from getting in stores, and now they're there quarterbacking this whole deal because they're pissed. But now it's coming out. It's coming out. They said, well, if you try to block us on what we're doing in trade and our tariffs that are unfair, we'll just shut down Apple because Apple moved there. So I've been told, Anthony, the real reason they're pissed at me is I'm exposing that big secret deal that the Democrats and multinational corporations made with the Chi-Coms that kill political dissidents. And now Google and Apple are helping spy on users in China. But it gets worse. Reuters reported 5 months ago, Apple became state-run because now China went, oh, you're going to cut corporate taxes to 50%? We'll go to zero. Apple has become state-run, and they are reporting Buddhists and Christians for arrest and execution and organ harvesting, brother. So let me tell you, will Google and Apple F us over in America? They will fuck us over in a minute. In fact, they've been trained to hate America. They want to fucking fuck us.
It's obvious. Like, I don't see how people can't look at some of these companies that are controlling social media, and we know about mainstream media. That's already been so exposed that I don't know what blind person can't see this at some point. But now social media, all these platforms that are supposed to just be an open forum. Anyone who has an opinion can get on there and exchange ideas.
They say, we're a utility, just follow our rules.
Right.
And jihadis are saying kill Christians, and there's millions of followers on pages saying kill Trump. And then we just go, man, your ideas suck. Putting a burqa on. I was in Cheesecake Factory with my wife and $3 last night. I couldn't even finish my meal. In come all these women looking like prisoners in full burqas in Austin, Texas. And my daughters are like, what the hell is that? I'm like, those are slaves. And I mean, but they're banning me off the internet because I'm freaked out by women wearing frickin' hoods on their heads.
Yeah. For some reason, you can't even comment on it, Alex. You're not allowed to even comment on it. It's Islamophobic. It's hateful. It's hate speech. Meanwhile, Louis Farrakhan has sites up on every platform that you've been banned from. Louis Farrakhan. Oh, that harbinger of peace and warmth and welcomeness and tolerance. One thing I've noticed here with all this going on, Alex, is we are starting to agree with regulation. That's what scared me. Somebody said, Anthony, so you want all these platforms to be regulated? Like we were just talking about, AT&T can't tell me I can't say something to my friend on the phone or else they'll take my service away. But YouTube can do that. So they're like, Anthony, you want regulation? And I'm thinking, oh, so that's their goal. They want us
their goal. So let's
to
expand on
want
this.
regulation.
Exactly.
So then if the internet is regulated like that, now they can absolutely regulate content just like the FCC does with broadcast mediums.
Which took you off the air even though you had number one shows 3
times.
So yeah, we're in the same boat. Exactly. I don't want regulation, but if you advertise yourself as a utility like water or electricity or phone, I don't want regulation over the content. I want regulation over them denying and discriminating, like telling black people they can't use water fountains, bathrooms, or lunch counters, or hotels. And so I think it's not a content regulation. It's that these corporations have gotten bigger than governments. They're all discriminating classically against conservatives, libertarians, common sense folks, contrarians, whatever. So it is a big debate. The big thing we should do is, as citizens, when Facebook and YouTube and all of them were censoring over the years, we should have all left, like Matt Drudge and you said, and made our own platforms. And we made Compound Media. You did that. We made Infowars.com. We did it. But now they want to shut those down. So we've tried to be purist. We've tried to make the right move. It's just enough of the public didn't get it because it was so easy. It was so quick. So now something like 90% of the internet is Facebook, Google and its YouTube subsidiary, and Twitter. And so now they've created this new unfree internet where they can try to social engineer us. So the question is, what do we do now?
What do we do? It's very difficult because, look, and even having built these platforms where we can speak openly and honestly about what we want, we are still tied to the servers and the companies that put it out there. And
I had WebChimp, I had WebSprout, where for 6 years we've been using it to spread stuff. We've had all these companies that aren't even public. LinkedIn, I never even signed myself up. Some salesman did 10 years ago. They said, you're off LinkedIn. So now if they were able to bankrupt me, I can't go ask for a job at McDonald's. This is literal Hitlerian ghettos they're putting us into. And the left says it. We're going to teach you. We're going to deplatform you. We're going to break you. And China has set up a global social score and is quarterbacking this whole thing.
It really is. The tentacles do go far and deep, and I don't know what the answer is. We're at a weird point. We got a little too in their face, I think, especially you guys over there at InfoWars, Alex. You were the one that was seen and heard by a lot of people, and they got scared and needed to pull the plug on you. And you said it for so many years. I love when people go, oh, Alex Jones, he's out of his mind. Oh, my God, you're crazy. And you've been saying this for years, that this will happen and that you have to be prepared. And we need to, you need to support places like InfoWars and Compound Media and the various other independently owned broadcasters.
It is war bonds in the fight for liberty, folks. They cannot stand this. It's not. Let me tell you something. Anthony could have still been on terrestrial radio making 5 times the money. I've been offered that where I make $10 million. Then I have to pay employees, so it'll be more money than I make now. The money at the end of the day is not worth my soul and as a man who I am. And it actually makes me more aggressive as a broadcaster that I've been effed over. So you're getting the pure what I believe. You're getting the goddamn fucking real scoop. We got Chi-Coms that enslave their own people, a bunch of multinationals thinking we're done, thinking America's weak, wanting to break our will, wanting Antifa to run the country, wanting universities to be anti-free speech, wanting all this. And we're not going to go down that road without a fight. And that's all this is. This is the fight. And I told my dad 2 weeks ago, he was over at the house visiting my wife and the kids, and my new wife. I got 4 kids, and he goes, son, you really been turning the heat up. He goes, you trying to get banned? And I said, no, Dad, I'm not holding back anymore, so that when they ban me, it's out in the open now instead of later. Because I said they want to be incremental where everybody complies, everybody kind of self-censors, and then, oh, this guy loses it. So many conservatives, libertarians I know, big podcasters, top guys, admit, well, we've been told if we have you on, we'll be restricted. Well, as a man, how do you not get that they're going to restrict you later because you chumped out now? America and everything is about the social contract that we man up for freedom now so we get everything. You don't incrementally parlay things for a month or a year so you're left alone, so later you're a bitch. And so I realized, and I told my dad 2 weeks ago, I said, I'm going to escalate this. I'm going to chump the shit out of them, and I'm going to go ahead and punch their buttons legally and lawfully. And right now it's playing into our hands. So I escalated all this on purpose so we'd have a chance 3 months out for the midterms to get the Republicans to act, to get on this winning issue of free speech instead of dying on this fucking hill.
Yeah, it's amazing what I see on social media with people saying it's such a good thing. Like, good, Alex Jones gone good. And you can't even explain to these people that they are absolutely next. If they don't.
Oh, it's a virtue signal. Yay! Yeah, we just restricted more speech. And then it's never speech, I said. It's whatever made-up crap they put out. Whatever the quotes they put out, never have quotes on the ends. That's a little telltale, folks. I didn't say it.
Yeah, but they always do that. Like everything, news quotes, things. Look at what they do to Donald Trump on a daily basis.
They did it to you. I remember saying, Anthony Cumia called bleep animals. I won't say it because they'll edit it. Yeah. You didn't say that. You said the people attacking police and killing them for no reason are savages.
Savages.
Which is the truth.
And what I faced.
But in the news, it was that you were a racist and said blah, blah, blah.
That's right. People are actually people are surprised when they read those tweets from that night that got me fired, that there's not one N-bomb in there. I never used that word. And I never
we love black people. We just don't like brainwashed leftist blacks shooting a cop while he's pumping gas.
Yeah, exactly. And somehow that's crazy. I don't understand. You can't get through to some of these people. You saw the other morning that
hold on. It was because you were winning, Anthony. They had just shot 5 cops, most of them black, in Dallas. They just shot 5 more cops in Louisiana because they claimed something happened in Missouri. You were saying stuff that was true.
Yeah,
you were popular, and you've got to be taught to shut up. Yeah. Sit down, Cumia. Sit down and suck globalist cock.
That's absolutely what's going on. And people don't realize it, Alex. We see it because we have been in it for this long. We were at the forefront.
Exactly. We've been in it so long. I interrupt you with your other point. People don't get why we know this so well. I'm like, I'm not bragging, White House, all of them calling me like, what do we do? And I'm like, and not like I'm that smart. I couldn't tell Trump how to run buildings or golf courses. I've been in censorship for 24 years. I've learned to be number one and be attacked because of it, just like you have. So I've seen every freaking angle of it.
Yeah, and people that aren't familiar with this, they have a problem understanding that there's a bigger thing than just Alex Jones being taken off of a platform. They go, oh, what's the matter? He could go somewhere else and still has freedom to say what he wants. It's like, no, then you make your own phone company. Make your own water company.
Exactly. They defame your own railroad. You can't carry your peaches on the railroad. Build your own freaking railroad. They defame what we said. They never say what we said.
No.
Cumia says bleeps aren't humans. Didn't say that.
Nope.
Alex Jones says Trump says all Mexicans are bleep. Wasn't true. So they defame you, then they shut you off the platform so you can't debate them. It's like being in court with a muzzle, and they go, "You're a murderer," and you're like, "Murderer." You're like, "You're a pedophile." You need to be shut up. Oh, shut up.
Yeah, they're trying to shut people up, and they know how to do it. And people being happy that corporations, they're actually saying, no, they could do what they want. They could tell people they're not allowed to say certain things. And I go, you're okay with this? You're okay with a few companies and corporations actually censoring people and not allowing them to voice their ideology and opinions?
Look, I was big, but not that important. I mean, technically, you've had more terrestrial radio listeners than I ever did. Okay, because I know your whole history. That's why you got banned. That's what they do, is they build a straw man of what you said, and they say it all over the news, and they never show a clip, or it's edited, and then they go, see, we need to ban this to set the precedent. So I keep going. It's not about InfoWars. It's not about News Wars, folks. It's not about compoundmedia.com. They're coming for it. This is it. They're coming for your balls.
What's your next step here, Alex? What are you doing to try to fight this? Because it's pretty big.
You know, this is historic. This is as big as anything in America ever. I mean, this is even the New York Times says we're going for the First Amendment. Corporate media is dead. Establishment leftist media is dead. Chi-Com funded media, Hollywood, it's falling apart. The NFL's 40% down. So's Hollywood, because people don't like this crap. They're like, oh, you're censoring people that are made $10 million a year, saying as an employee you can't take a knee during the deal. You can take a knee when you're not at the NFL. The owners say you can't do it. But when it's ban Alex Jones from every platform so you can't even hear what he says, that's a great idea. They have built this up like they were invading a country, man. I'm talking, Anthony, most weeks it's like 20,000 articles, because they'll put one in one newspaper and it's in 500 others. And I have Google alerts. I get it. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of articles the last year, lying about me, my family. The weirdest stuff in like Forbes. Jones beat up a 10-year-old child. Now I showed an ABC News clip of a kid attacking an adult. I mean, it's like I can't even track the lies. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not that important. There's a lot. No, they chose me because they can take me out of context to destroy the First Amendment. So I'm telling everybody, hey, and quite frankly, kind of like the bright, the candle on both ends burns brighter. I'm bigger than ever. We've got more support than ever. We're exploding. But only for a time. It's like a fire of a burning building.
Yep.
But the fire of my building is meant to burn all of you down, and all I want to do is win against these people. So folks better know the fight for free speech, everything is now, because in closing, they thought they had America. They thought we were done. These globalists. We were asleep. They thought we were intimidated. Now we're awake. We're kicking their ass. So they're using me out of context as the case point to ban everybody else, because, hey, the Anthony Cumias and others went to the internet. They did their own shows. They were successful. and the assholes in mainstream media who have no viewers, who have no talent, who are sellouts because they'll read off a teleprompter. Only a slave would live like that. They've been told, you take out the competition or you're going to lose your fucking job. And so now these assholes, these un-American dickheads, are all in concert to take me down, knowing I am the canary. And if they get me, they're going to get you. So, as they all say, it was a true story of the slave revolt of Spartacus. It's in the famous Stanley Kubrick movie, where they sit there and they say, where's Spartacus? He was already crucified. And they go, I'm Spartacus, I'm Spartacus. We are now all Alex Jones. I didn't ever think this would happen. I think I'd be in this position, but we are all Alex Jones right now. And if they can bring me down, they have used it as a blueprint to F every one of you. So you have been warned.
Alex Jones, Infowars.com. Go there, buy the product, support Alex Jones. This is so important right now. It is an absolute, these are our freedoms. And there are people trying to take them away. And don't think Alex Jones is by himself. And if he goes away, you'll forget in a week. There's going to be another one after that and another one. And then eventually, it's you. You're sitting there going, wait a minute, I can't say this, or I'm being fired from my job.
They say they want everyone deplatformed.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Alex, thanks so much for popping on with us. I love our Thursdays doing your program over there at Infowars.com. You have my support 1,000%, Alex. And
well, we appreciate you, because let me tell you, most people are weak-minded. It's like Tucker Carlson, Anthony Cumia, Michael Savage got me on late, and I was stuck in a thank you, because I mean this for my family, not for my career or money. Who cares about it? Thank you for not being weak-minded and seeing through their BS. And just God bless you, Anthony. I love you and I appreciate you.
I'm with you. Anything you need, Alex. Thanks for coming on, man. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Here goes Alex Jones. Whew. I'm exhausted. Wow. That guy, I tell you one thing. You cannot say that guy has a lack of energy.
No.
Holy mackerel.
That's why I just like to sit back and watch you guys do your thing. I didn't get to hear Alex Jones yell, suck globalist cock, though, so
Dude,
my day's been made.
Just awesome. I mean, the totally unbridled, he's uncensored on his show. He says what he wants ideologically, but, you know, again, there are certain things, and he's on certain broadcast radio that he doesn't, he's got sponsors, things like that, so he doesn't go off like that. But when you get him and he's able to actually say whatever he wants, it's fucking great. Suck globalist cock.
It is true how big it is. Like, that's something that I did notice, because I was looking at Twitter and it tells you what's trending.
Yeah.
And one was Robert Redford retires from acting, 3,000 tweets. The other one was Alex Jones, and it was like 62,000.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck.
This is a lot bigger than anyone wants to paint it to be. And what they're what his opposition is trying to do is make it seem like everyone relax. It's just a goofy guy that we want to take off of the public, not even airwaves, digital waves. And it's bigger than that. And he's right, you know, he's very passionate about what he says. And a lot of people see that and think like, oh my God, it's, you know, he's just over the top. It's his life right now. This is really happening to him. This isn't a bit or anything. They're trying to silence this guy for no other reason than he's a bug up their ass. He's against what this whole globalization process is and has been for many years. And, you know, you might not like him, but you have to like what he stands for. And if you don't, that's a completely I hate to say un-American, because that sounds like, you know, America. There's plenty of fucked up shit going on in this country.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not what we're supposed to be about, especially if you're fans of this show. Like, this show is completely about saying whatever the hell we want, because that's what it's supposed to be. You don't like it, don't watch it. You don't agree with it, debate it. You know, but to want to get rid of it, it's like a digital book burning. It's the 2018, that's the 21st century version of piling a bunch of books up in the street and throwing a torch into it and then applauding and being happy that you're burning knowledge and ideology and wisdom or stupidity or comedy, whatever it is. That isn't necessarily a government entity doing that. If a group of people, like let's say Apple computers or Apple or YouTube or any of these companies made a big pile in the middle of the street of books that they didn't agree with and lit them on fire, wouldn't people go, well, that's pretty fucked up?
Yes.
Like YouTube, they put people's videos up and everything, but why are they burning books? Well, they don't agree with it, so they're getting rid of them. They're burning them. Everyone would look like, that's kind of fucked up. But what they're doing to Alex Jones is the same thing. Because it's not just Alex, it's other people that they're doing the same thing with. And it's based on nothing but ideology. And they're literally getting rid of him. They're trying to turn him to ash so nobody can read the books anymore. It's no different. And if you don't think it is a First Amendment right, you're out of your fucking mind. It absolutely is. I don't care if it's a government or a corporation that is curtailing your freedom of speech. It's somebody infringing. And we just can't sit back and say, good, he's gone. Like, I don't care. Louis Farrakhan wants to fucking preach whatever he does on social media. You will never hear me call for anybody to be silenced. I don't care. Kathy Griffin, she's a cunt. I fucking can't stand her. And the shit she says is infuriating. But she has every right to say it. I would never say, wow, they should ban Kathy Griffin. The only time I talk about...
I might say that.
You might say that?
I might.
Because she looks like Ronald McDonald. You might want to, like, ban her and say, oh, I wish they'd ban her. But it's the double standard part I don't like. If they're going to ban Alex Jones, then ban Farrakhan. If you're going to do this, then ban everyone. I'd rather have it than no one gets banned. That we all get to look and listen to people that we agree with and people that we think are repugnant, because they all here in this country have a right to their opinions. There's no such thing as hate speech. No such thing. Until you punch someone in the fucking face, everything's fair game. It's open dialogue. And I don't like the idea that people are keeping that from other people. There.
You know,
my soapbox.
You know.